Today I want to talk about camping gear items that I am absolutely obsessed with and that my wife and I recommend the most to friends, to family, to folks that reach out asking for recommendations on great pieces of camping gear to use to have a good experience in the backcountry out on a camping trip. I'm going to start today by talking about the Big Agnes Woodchuck side table folding table. This thing is freaking awesome. This is one of my favorite pieces of gear, and my wife also raves about this because she's obsessed with s'mores. And this is the perfect table to put next to your camp chair around the campfire to put all your s'mores stuff on and have a nice, clean, easy place to keep stuff organized and keep it out of the dirt. This is a pretty small table of sorts compared to other options out there, but really high quality, and we've been using this for pretty much every camping trip that we've been on since 2019 when we purchased it. So it's had a lot of use and it's still in excellent shape, but I love this because it also works really great for kids. It is a great height if you've got a small kids folding chair to bring your kid up to the table and let them use this as their dining table. A great place to put their plates, all of their stuff, and they can even play games, do puzzles and things on here at their height as opposed to being forced to sit on a bench or something that is higher that could be a little unstable. This is a seriously good option to use for kids as well. So I love the versatility aspect of this woodchuck table. It's just a great table, and I highly recommend it. It's one of our favorite pieces of camping gear. Now, something that makes a camping trip even more enjoyable is eating a really good meal. And a piece of gear that we have become obsessed with over the past year is this guy here, the Skotti grill. This is a stainless steel packable grill that doesn't take up a lot of space in your car, but makes it possible for you to eat really good meals. We love to grill at home, so why not bring that out on your camping trips as well? So what I love about the Skotti grill is the versatility of this, but it also is not something that is really cumbersome to use. It does take a little bit of trickery to put together your first couple of times, but once you get it figured out and the steps all put together, this comes together really quickly and it is so nice. This will cook in 3 different ways. You can use just your standard isobutane, or you can also attach a propane adapter to it and use like a 1-pound propane tank with it. Or you can put charcoal in the bottom of this. Because it is a bit modular, you can remove the gas tube in that burner and you can put charcoal in the bottom, or build a fire and get a coal base in the bottom of the pan here as well and cook over a fire essentially. And you could probably even use this as a makeshift fire pit in that case. I haven't personally done that, but I could see that use being done here as well. Now, this is an accessory that you can get with the Skotti grill that's a cap that does make it easier for you to contain the heat so that you're getting a more effective cook on your meat that you're putting in there. But there's other accessories that you can get with this grill that make it even more versatile than just cooking meat and vegetables. And it's just a really high quality product as well that we have put a lot of use to over the past year. Even at home, we will cook on this because we enjoy it that much. It's big enough of a grilling surface for us to use as a family to get 3-4 steaks on here, 4 or 5 hamburger patties, plenty of hot dogs and vegetables on this. It gets hot enough to get a good sear, and it's seriously just been a really enjoyable product, and I definitely recommend it. Next piece of gear here is the Zoleo satellite communication device. For the past 4 years, this has been on every backpacking and camping trip that I have been on for the specific reason that it provides the ability for me to communicate when I don't have cell coverage. Now, I think satellite communicators like this typically get associated with backpacking and going hiking, and not so much from a camping mindset. But very often when you are camping, you are still in an area that doesn't have cell coverage. And so many things can happen when you are out in the backcountry that having satellite communication makes a huge difference in your ability to get help in emergency situations. It could be as simple as you get a flat tire and you don't have a way to change it, and you need to get some help to you, whether that's a tow truck or a friend that's gonna make the drive to where you're at to come give you a hand. There are a lot of benefits with a satellite communicator that when you really sit down and think about it from a camping standpoint, this is very, very useful to have. And it's not that expensive to service and just use on a regular basis. There are varying plan options that you can choose from, but feature-wise, what it provides is the ability for you to communicate back and forth, two-way messaging. Very often, I'll go out on solo camping trips and I'm still able to text back and forth with my wife, check in on things at home, make sure that she's doing well with the kids, but then also we'll use this when we go out as a family to send check-in messages to let friends and family at home know that we're okay as a family. It provides the ability to pull weather reports. It gives you the option to call SOS and get search and rescue to come and help you in an emergency situation. And with Zoleo, you also have a medical advice feature that's available where you can text back and forth with medical professionals to get help with medical situations. Maybe you're out as a family and you've got a kid that has some kind of medical thing going on, or you got a burn or something. You can get some help from medical professionals in that case without having to call search and rescue. It's seriously just a great, great peace of mind to have when you head out into the backcountry. Highly recommend it. Next up here is the Hydro Blue pressurized water jerry can. This is one of our favorite pieces of gear as a family. This has been what I would call a game changer. I hate to use that loosely, but this makes such a huge difference from those cheap type of water containers that lay on their side and they're difficult to use and they always leak water all over the place. This is a huge upgrade because it gives you plenty of water capacity. Over a weekend for our family of 5, I don't ever have to worry about running out of water. But the biggest benefit with this is the fact that you have a filter in here that is a hollow fiber filter that has a activated carbon filter attached to it as well that helps with the taste. So what that means is you can fill this with clean water from your home when you head out on your trip. But then if you are by a lake or a river or something and you do happen to run out of water and you're on an extended trip, you can just fill this with dirty water and then filter it and have clean drinking water. So you pretty much have the ability to have a huge amount of water with you at all times without having to carry a huge amount of water, if that makes sense. We just seriously love the function of this and how much easier it is to get water in camp and not have it spill everywhere and make a huge mess. Now, staying organized is something that's really important to me when I'm putting all of my camping gear together, but also when I get to camp, knowing where all of my stuff is instead of just throwing it into the back of the car and then seeing what happens when I get there. So I've been using these CYO Crates for about 2 years now, and they have been so awesome, and I am obsessed with them. We use 2 different crates. One that is just a general crate for collecting all of our small gear items. This is gonna have like our bug repellent and camp tools and stuff, and then I've got electronic items like headlamps, battery banks, charging cables, flashlight, pump for sleeping pads, and then over here typically I've got like my fire building kit, knives, things that just help with tying stuff up. I'll put cordage and such in there as well, wipes, towels, things that just need a home, but this also provides a lot of organization opportunity because you've got dividers in here that make it possible for you to just split this up however you want it. Then the other crate that we use is our full kitchen. So what this is all of the utensils and cups and bowls and cooking pots and skillet, cutting board, just the stuff that you need for cooking. And it's so nice to have a specific box for those items that isn't also in this huge big thing that once you start taking stuff out of it, it just falls in on itself and then it becomes a disorganized mess in that case anyway. It starts organized and then it gets disorganized because it's too big for what you're doing. So the smaller crate here is a lot more effective for what we do as a family, and we just love these crates so much. We also love that they stack on top of each other. They fit in the back of the car, really nice. The CYO Crates, they're just awesome. And I definitely recommend these. Now, hands down, one of the most common questions that I get asked is, what is a good sleeping bag for kids? What should I buy? What's gonna keep them warm and make them comfortable? I love this bag here, the Little Red from Big Agnes, because it is a kid-sized sleeping bag. I don't know why it's so difficult for manufacturers of sleeping bags to put together more options for kids and make them nice and warm and comfortable and feature rich. This is a bag we've been using for several years, and now my 2-year-old son is using this bag, and what it is a 20-degree rated synthetic filled sleeping bag that has a pad sleeve attached to it that is essentially a full-length pad sleeve that makes it possible for your kid to not slide around on the sleeping pad and fall off in the middle of the night. It's a really, really clean system, and I love that. So what you do have to keep in mind with the Little Red before I talk about the features is it's best paired with a torso length sleeping pad. I would recommend the Perea Outdoor Products Recharge Pad in their short length, and that will work just fine with this sleeping bag here and save you some money as well and be a good insulated pad. Now, feature-wise, you've got a lot going on here. You've got a nice soft fabric on the outside as well as the inside. You've got a half-length zipper that makes it really easy for your child to get in and out of the bag, and it doesn't get stuck easy on the fabric as well. You've got a full draft tube on that zipper, but something to keep in mind is on the back panel here, you don't have any insulation. So it's really, really important for you to have an insulated sleeping pad of at least an R value of 3 or higher, which that recharge pad is going to be that. And so do that so that you make sure that your child sleeps warm by having a proper insulated pad underneath them. The hood is a great size and there's enough space for them to move around and not feel super claustrophobic. And the taper is not aggressive around the feet. So this is a comfortable bag. My kids have always enjoyed it. And if you're looking for another option that is backpacking friendly as well and just packs into a smaller package, because I wouldn't necessarily recommend this for backpacking because it does not pack as small as other options because of the synthetic insulation. So we use the UGQ Outdoor Youth Bandit quilts for backpacking, but my kids also sleep in those when we go camping also on a good insulated pad, and they love it. Give your kids good gear to sleep in and they will enjoy their experience so much more. Now, that's some of our favorite camping gear that we are absolutely obsessed with and highly recommend. Thanks for watching today, guys. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do subscribe. Consider checking out my Patreon and following there and being a supporter of the channel that way. Hope you guys have an awesome day. We'll catch you on the next one. See you later.